Exhausted dogs were pulling a sled across a snow-covered plain. Their handler urged them on, but he too was stumbling from fatigue. A man in the sled lay unconscious, his head hanging helplessly off the edge. The handler fell. The dogs halted and sprawled in the snow. There were cacti growing right next to the snowy expanse. A small man, almost a dwarf, was walking along the sidewalk shaded by chestnut trees. He was dressed in a tailor's summer suit and a wide-brimmed Panama hat. He couldn't help but see the drama in the snow, but passed it by indifferently. The snow-covered plain ended. It was followed by an empty lot and then a desert with palm trees and an oasis. Something dramatic was happening there as well. A Bedouin on horseback snatched up a beautiful girl in a European suit, threw her across his saddle, and kicked his horse into a gallop. The girl screamed, reached out, and struggled. Several Europeans ran to their horses and gave chase. The little man's eyes glided absent-mindedly over the oasis, the Bedouin, and his pursuers. He kept walking, comically kicking up his feet. The desert was followed by a pier. A large ocean liner was being loaded up. Steam rose from the 4 low smokestacks. A siren howled. There was a scuffle on the gangway. Someone was caught. Someone broke free and fell. There was another empty lot. Mountains appeared. A medieval castle rose proudly, surrounded by walls and moats filled with water. A knight rode up a drawbridge leading to the castle and demanded the gates be opened. People were watching him from the walls. Suddenly, the bridge started rising. The knight's frightened horse panicked and tried to jump off the bridge. Without wanting to see whether the horse jumped or ended up trapped along with its rider, the little man looked away and grumbled, looking obviously bored. Same thing, over and over. Boring. He kept walking down the smooth sidewalk. Right next to him, along the paved road, followed the endless stream of cars. White, navy, pale, blue, golden like ground beetles. From the latest glossy limousines to the old worn-out Fords. People riding in cars and walking down the sidewalks treated the snow-covered plain, the oasis, the ocean liner, and the medieval castle with the same indifference as the little man. They were much more interested in the man himself. Everyone walking and driving kept glancing at him. As soon as they saw him, people exchanged meaningful glances. Smiles appeared on their faces, accompanied by a kind of interest usually displayed by visitors to a zoo when they saw an exotic animal. At the same time, people did their best to treat the little man with respect. Acquaintances nudged each other and said quietly, "Look, Presto, Antonio Presto. They say his capital is up to $100 million. Actually, it's over 300 million. And he is still young, the lucky man. Why is he not driving? He has one of the best cars in the world. It's custom made. This is his usual morning walk. The car is following him." The little man continued walking, trying to blend in and attract no attention. However, he succeeded about as well as an elephant walking through a provincial village. Everything about him, his figure, his gestures, his facial expressions, was unusual. His every movement brought on a smile or burst of laughter. He was the embodiment of all things funny. Even as a child, he provoked laughter everywhere he went. He could be happy, sad, or pensive. He could be angry or indignant. But the result was always the same. People laughed. This irritated him at first, but later he became used to it. He had no choice. Such was his appearance.